Hello, my lovely ghouls and curious mortal minds. My name is Carrion Ashes, and wow, this short really blew up out of nowhere. I just wanted to answer some potential questions about this post. This is going to be a rather short video. I've got quite a few comments thinking that this is a real conspiracy theory, but no, this is a fictional story. I didn't think I had to make this distinction, but apparently I do, despite the existence of this. I'm still world building and creating characters very slowly, but this video was kind of a shitpost originally. I had no idea it'd blow up the way it did, but I'm very happy with the positive reception. The story is about creatures that aren't humans or normal animals. These creatures live underground in burrows, long forgotten forests, caves, etc. But the main story takes place in a deep burrow in the desert, though I am still researching exactly where I'm going to put this burrow in, since there are a lot of subterraneans that aren't very well suited for that deep of digging, as well as, I want temperature changes, but, it is the desert. Even though it's underground, you would have some temperature drops. There are a lot of underlying themes about the queer experience, especially about trans and bisexual people, as well as stories that I often hear from biracial people who can't seem to fit into either of their own cultures and are ultimately outcast for their appearance or upbringing. It's a fun exercise script that I wrote from the perspective of humans who still live on the surface, living in fear and ignorance for those who are different from them. It's supposed to read like a TV or radio advertisement for a conspiracy group. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. I am taking a break from Neon Ashes because I realized it was way too big of a project to be my first one. It's like writing an epic trilogy when you have only written short fanfiction stories in middle school. Oh, wait. But yeah, I figured this newer story would be a better and shorter one to tackle to just get my toes wet. I plan to write the story on Wattpad, but eventually I'm planning on turning it into a comic. Who knows if I have that much motivation, though. I wanted to draw more anthro characters and step out of my artistic comfort zone with studying animals and expanding my horizons, despite knowing the backlash I could possibly face, because people don't like furries. Surprise, surprise. Despite it being crucial to the arts and a good window into human nature. Fantasy, romance, and drama. It might be for mature audiences only, but I'm not sure at this point. There are so many ways I could take it, but I really do like that gritty sort of style. But on the other hand, I also feel like this would be a great PG-13 slice of life sort of thing, but still making it meaningful, of course. I'm still researching the scientific stuff about it for potential leads of how I could make it most believable, as well as medical patient tales. The vague gist of it so far is that people who undergo organ surgery with animal organs to replace it, this sort of thing ranges from vets to average citizens. It doesn't affect the patient, but it does affect the epigenetics of their descendants when they have children. Xenotransplantation, the use of animal organs, stems from a severe shortage of human donor organs. Thousands of patients globally are on transplant waiting lists, with many dying before a suitable organ becomes available. This approach offers a potentially unlimited supply of organs. Pigs have emerged as the most suitable donor animals due to their physiological and anatomical similarities to humans, including comparable organ size. Pigs also have a high breeding potential and are widely available, making them a practical source for organs. With the foreign animal genetics and blood inside of them, if the patient has children, that child will mutate in the womb, and this is the birth of demihumans. If born with demihuman parents, with the exception of one transplant patient, if there are no birth complications, their newborn will look mostly human until around 5 or 6 months after birth. That's when they start to change and their features begin to set, especially if they have fur. Long story short, if demi-humans were to breed with demi-humans, they would turn into chimera. If chimera were to breed with chimera, they'd turn into anthros. Or, if it's like a demi-human and a chimera, fuck, if I could speak, then it would be like a very slower, like halfway in between a demi-human and a chimera, or either one or the other sort of thing, I post on Unveil regularly. It's basically like Toy House, but better if you haven't heard of it. Feel free to go check it out. I have the link down in the description. And honestly, if you're an artist, it's just a really great site to go on to post your OCs and anything like that. Of course, this is unsponsored. I just really like the website. Anyways, if you have further questions, please let me know down in the comments, and I would be happy to answer them. I have a bunch of ideas, but I would love to hear some input despite being vague about the whole thing, mostly because I haven't written too much on it. Also, just a brief little thing, I started testosterone, so if the upcoming videos sound a little weird, and like, either voice breaks or, whatever, my voice dropping, whatever, that's part of why. So, anyways, make sure to drink some water, grab something to eat, and unclench your jaw. Like, right the fuck now. Okay, bye.